Where are you from?
So I was born in Decatur, but like I'm raised all over the South. Like I got family in Louisiana, so like I used to go there every holiday type shit. So like that's really like my second home. But you know, niggas just went back and forth there. I lived in Alaska for a year. Like that shit was cool. Depressing, but cool.
What part of Louisiana?
Amy is like country. It's like an hour north of New Orleans. Shit, country. I love it though.
How did those country roots inspire your music?
I don't know. That's probably like where like a lot of my every drug I ever did for the first time was in Louisiana. So like it wasn't shit out there to do but drugs and like farming shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, like weed, and I used to do pop pills and shit every now and then. But yeah.
A lot of people from like those country towns say that that's how they got started doing drugs because it wasn't much
it ain't shit to do. Like it's nothing.
You never drove to like New Orleans and stuff, or?
I mean, yeah, but it's like not shit to do to ever get shot. Like it's like, what you gonna do in New Orleans?
You could go to the museum.
I ain't never did that. I went to an aquarium in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. And so you moved to Alaska. When did you move to Alaska?
When was that? That was like 2011. Yeah, I just moved there with my uncle and auntie. Like my mom had moved to California, so like I moved to Alaska for a year just to like live out there and shit and see what it was like. And it was cool. Like it's beautiful as hell, but like during the wintertime it get dark and it's so depressing, and it's like the snow dirty as hell. Like you think the snow pretty, but like after 2 days, like that shit just dirty as fuck. So it's like ugh, like this shit ain't even like a winter wonderland. Like this shit.
Wait, so why did your parents move to Alaska?
Nah, I just moved with my auntie and uncle just for a year, just to like see what it was like type shit. And I moved right back because I ain't like it.
You moved back to Louisiana?
No, I moved back to Georgia. Like I resided in Georgia my whole life, but Louisiana just like I be there all the time type shit.
Okay.
So, like,
when did you start doing music?
I started producing like the 9th grade. I always had an affinity for music, but like I started really doing that shit on GarageBand in like the 9th grade. And like I started rapping probably in college, like 2018 type shit. And I was like recording niggas in my college dorm. And like I dropped out after the semester because I just was recording all day.
What did you major in?
Music. I was gonna be a
Facts.
fucking music teacher, and that's why I dropped out, because I was like, I don't even like music theory and shit. I just like the musical part of it, like the natural music. So like they was trying to teach me music theory, and I don't really care about that shit. Like, and it's a good thing to know for sure, but like it's not for me.
Do you feel like learning music theory gives you an edge on other people around
It does,
you?
but like at the end of the day, if you don't got the natural, you know what I'm saying, like soul in that music, like you can know all the music theory and be good at that shit, but it's like it don't compare to like just knowing, you know what I'm saying, just like having that talent, I guess. Like that musical ability to know shit sounds good, basically.
So what was the like defining moment that made you say, I'm not going back to college? Like I'm not going back next semester?
I failed all my classes except for one, cause like I wasn't doing the homework. Like I was just like dead ass recording niggas all day, recording myself all day, making beats. I would like wake up for class and be wanting to go, and then like the time would be like 5 minutes into class, and I'd just be like, nah, I'm good. Shit, just maybe, yeah.
How'd your parents feel about you leaving school?
Yeah, my mom ain't. I mean, she really didn't care though. Like, she was really more like understanding of it, but like she wanted me to go back. She kept trying to push me to go back, and I was just like, I don't think I'm ever going back. Like, but she, you know, she wasn't tripping too hard about it.
Are you independent or are you signed to a label?
Independent.
Is there a reason why you're independent?
Not really. Like, I feel like if the right label comes, I might say what's up, because, you know, I'm tired of fucking working and shit. But, like, I ain't gonna just sign to anybody. Yeah.
So you're funding your career with your day job?
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult to balance the two?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But my creative flow is naturally, like, just record. I mean, my creative flow is naturally kind of sporadic, so it's like, you know, with the job, it kind of level it out naturally in a sense. Like, I record less when I'm not working. It's weird. Like, if I have like a spell where I'm not working for like a month, like I did as just like slack on recording. So like it's like I have to have a schedule in a sense.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
How did you come up with your name, the name Silky Southern?
So like it was this girl I knew on Instagram, and like she was like looking for like some type of reselling business name, and she said she was gonna like start doing thrift shop shit, like buying from the thrift shop and then like reselling it. So like that was the name I came up with type shit. I was like, Silky Southern would be a cool name, and then I was like, never mind, I'm using that shit for like an Instagram page. Don't use it. And then it was basically that. And it's like I didn't make it with me in mind, but like it fit my whole aesthetic, so it was kind of perfect. Like it just fell into place.
Yeah, it's like a real smooth name, like just like real player. Like I fuck with it. So, at what point did you meet everyone from the Backseat Collective?
I met Smiles first, and like I was just like we was making the purchase together at a party and shit, and after that, like we kind of, I don't even think we started like talking for real after that. Like it was another instance where like we followed each other and like we was just seeing each other's shit, and so like he invited me one time to come with him to like this fucking shit, the shit that Marco was talking about, like this promotional shit that he was shooting, and it was like Elon and Marco was there, and yeah, we was just after that, that was my first time meeting like them, and then I just met niggas, you know, like through other hangouts and shit. I already knew Gary Rock, his real name Gary. I just told on that nigga, but I already knew that nigga. And Trey Ball, he not here right now, but I knew him too from high school. And Miru too, he like the visual artist of everything. So yeah.
Earlier you mentioned that you started like smoking and doing X at an early age. Yeah. What do you feel like drugs have a huge influence on your creative process?
They had a huge influence on me as a person, because now I don't really do that shit no more. Like now I just smoke. Like I feel like I feel like a lot of people go through life not doing that shit, and then they have a moment in their 20s where they're just like going crazy.
Going too hard.
Yeah, like I had that moment early as fuck, so like it molded my personality kind of and made me a little more weird, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, autistic, whatever I am.
I totally feel you, because I have been smoking for so long, and now you know how like smoking is so popular. Yeah. Like I don't even have as high of a tolerance as I used to, because I already, you know what I'm saying?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that though.
Right.
And so, what is your process like in the studio? Are you writing? Are you like punching in?
I write most of the time, but like I lately started punching in, and I like that a lot too. But really, most of the time it's a little bit of both. Like I'll write like a verse, and then I'll punch in the other verse, or like punch in the hook or some shit. Like, so it's mostly that.
Does being an artist affect any of your personal relationships?
Nah.
So like being in the studio a lot, or having to be on the road, or
I got a home studio, and I ain't on the road yet, so that part gonna come. That's, you know, the next interview I'll probably be telling you that shit. But other than that, yeah, like I got a home studio, so I can just record, you know, whenever the timing right.
Do you feel like you receive a lot of support from your family and friends?
Friends for sure. I don't include my family in a lot of my shit. Like, my cousins know about me a little bit, but like, yeah, like, I don't really like tell them about my shit. I really want like the moment where like they see me on the fucking billboard somewhere and they're like, nigga, you what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. But yeah.
So are they big dreamers like you, or you just feel like it's so different that you can't say anything?
Yeah, I feel like it's different to where like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes you'll tell somebody shit and if they not believing that you can do that, that'll kind of compromise what you got going on. Like, I feel like that evil eye shit be real. Like, people could like subconsciously not believe that you capable of something and that'll make your shit crumble, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just like to keep shit tight-knit, like tell certain people about certain things.
Yeah. So you mentioned like the subconscious and evil eye. Are you a spiritual person?
I guess. I don't like to label myself that, but yeah, everybody's spiritual. So like, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like, everybody's a spiritual being. Like, we not just the body, we all like a soul inside the body. So everybody experiences that shit. So like, at the end of the day, like, everybody's spiritual. You could say like, I'm aware of shit, but like, it's like, yeah.
What artists are you listening to right now?
Shit, the usual. I just got on the Primo Rice. That nigga hard as hell. Like, I fuck with Primo Rice a lot. He got a song called Silk Shit, funny enough, and that's like my favorite song right now. But like, yeah, I really don't listen to not a lot of new music. I'm trying to get out of that though, like, cause I gotta like, you know, show love and shit. But like, I barely listen to music, to be honest.
When you make music, do you feel like you have to sort of keep up with what's popular, or do you stay in your own lane? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you make it for consumers, or is it just like...
I just make it, and if it sounds good to me, I'm gonna drop it. Like, I don't really make it catered to people, but like, I just like for it to sound good to me. So as long as it sounds good to me, I'll be like, that's cool.
Yeah. So when you started off, you were like making music in your dorm, right?
When I started off, I was making music on GarageBand in like class in high school and shit. But then like rapping, like I was making music in my dorm, and I didn't really start rapping till I dropped out and I got a new mic and shit and a new laptop and shit, and like I was doing all this crazy shit. So like, probably like 2019 is when I really started rapping and when I met them niggas.
How has being in a collective like benefited you outside of like just making music by yourself? Or
you can learn so much from like everybody. So like I feel like we all influence each other. Like when we was first starting out, like we was just influencing each other, like, you know, off the bat. Like niggas is like, we all got our own individual shit, but it's something that molds us together. So like, it's kind of like we just feeding each other artistic abilities by being in this group.
Do you think that you'll delve into any other art forms in the future, or is it like strictly music with you?
Yeah, I fuck with videography. Like, I be editing videos and shit. I gotta get a better laptop so I can do that better. But like, I just got done editing Loki video that's coming out. And yeah, man, like really mainly that. I want to get into film one day. That's probably gonna be like a couple decades from now. We'll see, but like for sure, like I want to get into that area of shit. I really like all facets of art, like even painting and shit. Like I'm not a great painter, but like I painted a couple album covers and shit. Like,
so you like an all-around creative, and
yeah, I be doing whatever I feel in the moment, like whatever I feel like doing.
What's your ultimate aspirations with the music?
For my music, I don't know. Honestly, I just want to leverage this music shit into getting paid to do whatever the fuck I want to do type shit. Cause I feel like once you get to a certain level, you can really just do whatever and niggas will eat that shit up. So I'm just trying to get to that point, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I can do whatever the fuck. Cause I feel like I ain't gonna be doing music my whole life. I feel like I'm gonna be doing music my whole life, but I ain't gonna be doing it as my main career my whole life. Like, I'm gonna definitely just do a lot of shit. So like, you know, honestly, like my main aspiration is just to do what I want at the end of the day.
Are you like a rock star artist, or are you someone that's just like always locked in the studio? Like, are you still out partying, or are you just like so focused that?
I don't like parties and shit. I guess I'm in between, like, cause I ain't necessarily. I need to lock in the studio. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm getting in the phase where I want to record more, and really I just have phases like that. Like, I be having phases where like I just record hard as fuck for a month, and then like I stop probably for a couple weeks, and then get back to that shit. But basically, yeah, like I think I'm more of a just whenever it comes to me type of nigga, like, you know, cause I feel like it shouldn't be forced, but it should be to an extent when you trying to, you know, build your shit. Yeah.
How important is like having high self-esteem when trying to go for your goals as an independent artist?
That shit important. I mean, that shit really important. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like confidence comes naturally when you in a group, for one, cause I got these niggas to tell me if the shit was hard or not, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can read niggas' faces and tell if it's, you know, something good. So like, I feel like that in itself is just like a safety level of self-esteem, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, but I feel like it's important to have high self-esteem when you're an artist.
Yeah. So for someone watching this who wants to do what you do, what advice would you give them?
Do what you do.